Please note this should not be replicated at home for educational purposes only. Oh, that's not good. Uh-oh, I did not see where that went, but it doesn't look that damaged. Yeah, you can see right there. The charge went inside the hole and it did not set off when I wanted it to set off, but it's pretty well damaged from the burnt right there from the sparklers. But you see that rocket burn, it just did a little burn. It didn't do much actually, so the shield is pretty still intact. It looks a bit more roughed up, but I think we should put it through another test. Alright, we're gonna move up to the second test. There we go. Let's see what happened here. Nothing on the outside. Ooh. Wow. Didn't penetrate, nor did it only made slight damage. But let's check here. Just take my safety equipment off and see. Remember, there's lots of safety involved. And this is for educational purposes only, but yeah, the aluminum around here, as you can see where the explosion happened. See a bunch of paint that's chipped, and you also see a slight dent in the metal. You can see the powder marks around where the nozzle of the rocket went off, you could say. The vapors, or whatever way you want to call it, it basically burnt upon here. But I'm pretty sure I could wash this off with water and like a rag and maybe soap, and you wouldn't see all this white burnt marks. But where the sparklers went off, let's see, the paint is quite charred. Sorry, I'm talking about low here. I don't want to speak too loud. But yeah, as you see around here. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Anyways, you see around here the how the powder's expanded and stuff, and there's a small dent, but I think like around the ground, this is what it was on, so the ground is not damaged. Actually, back here, the dent's right here on the back, and well, there's not much really on the back here. Like if I go like this, you can see the dent. That can come out easily, but there's like a large dent with maybe a radius of, I don't know, 5 centimeters. Or I mean a diameter is 5 centimeters. And it's maybe like 3 millimeters at its deepest right here. But it did not penetrate the metal, it only scratched the paint a bit. As you can see from that thing right there and this little stuff here. But the paint comes off easily, like this. My finger's a bit wet, but if I take a piece of... Well, anyways, if you take a nail, you can scratch the paint off. But yeah, it looks like it held up pretty well against the little explosive. See right up here, the tape is a bit burnt. But I think I can wash this off. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Well, yeah, so the damage that happened really to this shield, and remember this was in a controlled, safe environment for educational purposes only. So yeah, like the shield's okay. I watered it and I wiped it off a bit. Lots of charred black stuff. I don't know if I can get some on my finger. But anyways, I took a lot of this dark burnt tape, I guess you could say, or plastic that happened here from the sparklers. Well, it's like I made some homemade sparklers, and yeah, they definitely burnt the paint off here where the stuff, like the powder, was. As for the explosive from the rocket, it survived pretty well. I mean, there's a little bit of a dent, and if you were wearing this shield, I don't know if you'd feel it or not. As you can see scratches and stuff, but this is before the paint job. There's still holes and stuff in here. But still, this thing has resisted a lots and lots of um, like lots of shocks and hits and scratches, and it's been pretty tough actually for a shield that's only made of 4 sheets of aluminum. And if you did have padding on this, it would probably be good for, I don't know, not being stabbed, or if you made a styrofoam backplate to resist the shock, say like a small explosive like this. So I guess for police riots, small police riots, it might be okay. Or maybe even for airsoft games if you don't want, not really riots, but for airsoft games, when people throw like flashbangs and stuff, and say it lands on you, if you're like lying down and lands on you, and one explodes, you should be safe if you wore a shield like this. I mean, it's not 100% guaranteed, sorry, but I mean, it would probably help to reduce the stress or shock on your stomach. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting. So you can see those patterns. I don't know if you can see that. There's like nope, sorry. Those little dust patterns all around here. Get it out of the light. So these little patterns here, that's actually the paint that moved from those high temperatures from that rocket. Yeah, the rest that was here, I thought that came off pretty easily. This was just burnt, but yeah. All in all, I gotta say that this is somewhat small explosive resistant. If you like to see more tests on this ballistic proof, airgun ballistic proof, I mean, this is only supposed to resist like air guns that have a velocity of 500 feet per second and less. But as you can see, it's resisted more than that. I mean, since it's resisted knife stabs, screwdriver stabs, golf balls, which I'll film another time. It's resisted small explosive, fireworks, sparklers. I mean, what else? I'm wondering what else I can throw at it. Maybe shoot it with a real gun one day, but I think that'll go right through, unfortunately. This is why it's not that great for a combat situation, but I mean, it's pretty cool for a prototype. See, I got my logo scratched, or not my logo, but my name scratched on there, the name of my channel, which is pretty cool. And I got like a little gun and Erlenmeyer flask, I think. So yeah, and I got AR Hunter Tom, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I'll be shooting this a bit more and maybe doing some more tests later on in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're inspired to make something like this, please let me know. And if you made something like this, please let me know. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys came up with. And if you have any ways to improve this, I mean, if I was going to improve this, I'd probably add a back panel to resist shock. But just as a, this is like the first, how could I say, the first tier, the first shock, the frontier, really, before you go into the higher hurting like things. This would be like the first layer. Then you'd have styrofoam or some shock resistant material in the back, so you won't have to absorb all the direct pressure or stuff from that. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Probably add straps and stuff onto it, but I think that'll be good for today. If you want to see more firework related content, please leave a like, and remember, stay awesome and take care. Yeah, bye.